First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Tonight we close out Week 7 with a good Monday night matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the Detroit Lions. Toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Hold on. Check. Maverick. Let me sit.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side.
Complete to St. Brown. On gain of 12. Brings up 3rd and less than a yard.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. Goff. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. The Lions are 2-4 here in the first half of the year. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Now Goff taps this forward. That's a jet sweep. And some space to move right away as he's all the way up to the 30. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
A play fake for Swift. Now Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And that will be incomplete.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
And Folk is going to miss this to the right. Off target, it's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, usually when you get a right-footed kicker on the right hash, his goal is to draw the ball back to the middle. But this time, it doesn't move at all. He ends up missing off to the right.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 37. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know the funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary. All of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Prescott. He's going to go for a big play downfield. He's got him in. Complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cowboys put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0.
Cowboys 7, Lions 0.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. He's at the 40. The 20. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Lions.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
7-7, our score after one.
The score tied 7-7.
They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now Prescott. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. A dime look defensively for the Lions on 3rd. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Prescott to throw it. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Touchdown, Cowboys! 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys have moved out in front. point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7.
Cowboys 14, Lions 7.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here, so he'll get this up to the 29.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Gone.
This one taken in by Otten.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
It just appeared there that the defense, they had that read from the moment the ball was snapped. And not only did they get the interception, add a nice return on top of it, all the way to the end zone for a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, and the guy made the play. He gets the points. But it really was a group effort, wasn't it? How about the coaches? They've got to be so excited. All the preparation, time in the film room, it translated into a big play that put points on the board for their team.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
At their own 15-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost bet.
And this throw will be intercepted.
It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Cowboys are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. And, Charles, you know, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you're trying to force plays, right? You try to get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back in.
He's got a man, complete.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. But Dak Prescott, probably not the first name you think of in terms of strongest arms in the NFL, but he showed it off there. First down, Prescott. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
No such risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
Play action now, Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott.
And the Cowboys take a 3-touchdown lead.
Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Lions 7.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down.
And yet again, Goff is intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21.
Gregory Rousseau able to bring him down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there as the first half is winding down.
And the Cowboys would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
They're on the 17-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it. And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half,
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception.
It's C.J. Henderson picking it off.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
I cannot imagine a more perfect half of football for one side, CD, and a more disastrous half of football for another side. But if you focus on the positive half, with this pick six, you look at where that lead is at, and to think that we are only in the second quarter. My goodness.
I love the expression, my goodness indeed. Pretty obvious. It's a free fall out there. Everybody gets a chance to make a play. And if you're on the field, you've got a great chance of being the next guy that your teammates are celebrating.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
At their own 14-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field, do their thing, and save some of this for the next time out.
And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There's absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Pulled in at the 24. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Goff.
And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Goff on 3rd down. Open man is Godwin. It's complete.
And he is going to have a Lions first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
The drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for him, too.
Just beating the play clock is Goff. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up.
To the air again. Goff. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Now it's Goff. And that is incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Here we go on 4th. Goff looking downfield for Godwin. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
79 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's got room. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there.
With his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, that's a good-looking rookie right there. I love how he let the play set up and then showed that explosiveness that I saw on tape in college. Remember I showed you the clip of what he was doing and setting up blocks, and then he would just go? We saw it on that play right there. That one was fun to watch.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Lions 7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. And this is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Big Vita Vea pushing his way through to wind up with a sack.
On 2nd and 9, Goff throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. First down Detroit. 16 yards on the pickup.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here at their own 33. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
Flushed out right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter play. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
Yeah, he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Marquise Bell. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap 1.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. Another try after the 1st down sack. Goff under pressure. They got him again.
So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long.
Now back to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own own territory. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
151 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Prescott fires one out wide, complete. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that'll make it 2nd and goal.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Run of the jet sweep as Prescott bats it forward. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year.
And the Cowboys add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him at all game long. Receivers have been open constantly, and he hasn't missed a single one of them.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. And he will step out of bounds all the way down at the 40-yard line.
A big play there for Detroit. 43 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Play action. It's gone.
And this one too low.
And that's another play that's painted a picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Here's Goff. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's taken down at the 27. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
And now here is another interception.
Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. but to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's got some space here. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Boy, 179 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
First down, Dallas.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Second and 10. Now a handoff as they run left side. Gave a glimpse of his power, but not a whole lot of space. Down at the 30. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
5-yard line.
Now they try the right side here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he is going to be stopped here at the line of scrimmage, and time is going to expire in this football game.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Cowboys, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll return home next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Green Bay Packers.